And now, for the best thing that's going to happen to you this week, the greatest football fantasy coach alive, the all-knowing, the all-seeing, very handsome MFC.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Got me some Hunie Pop. Hunie Pop is what I got. Yeah, I got Hunie Pop. It's a good bowl. Shitty Steam Game bowl. I could have got Shower with Your Dad Simulator. Why did I get Hunie Pop? Because I beat basically like the #1 team in the entire league, except now Town Ho is, but like basically #1 team in the entire league. I beat them with 90 points. David, or this noise, or maybe this noise. You couldn't have had a shittier game at a shittier time. We're now entering the playoffs, and the only one that's locked up a spot is Jose. Jose, there's no way, Jose, that you cannot go to the playoffs. There is a way that many of us will not make it. Let's break it down real quick. David, I'm sorry you had to buy me a shitty Steam game in the shittiest game that we ever shittied. I posted 2 zeros. Crabtree gets his chain snatched. Gimme. Vernon Davis supposed to put up monster scores against the New York Giants as a tight end for the Redskins, and he posts a 0. I get 2 zeros, and I still get the win. Score tells it all. 69-90. MFC, Zeke's new girlfriend, wins that shit. We have 6 teams with 7-5 records. Those 6 teams are Mr. Stumpy Joe, Zeke's new girlfriend, This Noise, Debits Does Denver for the first time, Deceivers, The Wild Rod Appeared. Those are your 7-5 teams. Then we have Hero to Zero and Don't Hate Keenan Allen with 6 wins apiece. One was 6-5-1, one was 6-6. That means for the 3rd year in a row, Hero to Zero is in a point where he can knock Crazy out of the playoffs. I am in a spot where I can knock off Hero to Zero. I like that. Don't Draft Drunk and Purple Drink appropriately are playing each other last game of the week. The only person that has the chance to knock somebody out of the playoffs without being in a playoff contention spot is Willis Dick Fit in Your Mouth versus if Willis decides to show up this week and knock out, then I don't know if Duke will have enough wins to get into the playoffs. This is the tightest season of any fantasy football league I've ever been in. But that's what the playoffs looks like, guys. Stressful time. We're all going to Purple Drink's house to watch Purple Drink drink Purple Drink because I beat him in our bowl. You're all invited. Purple Drink just wants a head count. I'll put it out on the email. I'll put it out on the Discord. Again, here it is in the video. Stumpy if you want to go. Crazy if you want to come up. Deceivers, Wizards, Sleevers if you want to roll on through. He's not too far. Jose, if you want to show your face and show everybody your beautiful winning first place face, do it. Willis, hit us up. Let us know if you want to go. Purple Drink's going because it's his goddamn house. And he's making something called pasta pizza. I've had it. It's awful for you, but it's real tasty. Make sure that you tell him whether or not you want to go. Email, Discord, just head count, please. This little engine that could almost rumble back and ruin Crazy season. So close. 115 to 111. 4 points is all it would have taken from Danny Woodhead of all people. But Crazy pulls out the win and he is on the bubble like he is every goddamn year. Crazy, you've been on the bubble every year. Bubble. And how did Crazy get this win, you might ask? Well, let me tell you. Keenan Allen, that's a given. And remember when he was bitching and being real passive aggressive about the fact that defenses actually score points in our league because defenses do shit? And I think he'll agree that defenses scoring points is better because 21 points out of his defense is what set him up for this win. He got No help from his top 2 running backs. No help from his quarterback. All Keenan Allen. All defense. And then Purple Drink tries to come rumbling through, but his team kind of sucks. Once again, a Washington running back helps out Purple Drink. Ben Roethlisberger tossing 4 goddamn touchdowns. And who else tossed a touchdown for him? That's right, Mohamed Sanu. I got hit up right away for that by Crazy. Why is a receiver able to toss a touchdown and score points? If your mom ran onto the field, grabbed the football, tossed it to Julio Jones, she'd score points. Just because I drafted a fucking Ezekiel Elliott, fucking Antonio Brown of kickers, don't be mad. Don't hate Keenan Allen. Don't hate. Accept your fate. Don't hate, accept your fate. That's your new name for your team. Moving on to a sort of nail biter, but not really a nail biter, but kind of a nail biter. Wild Rod appeared 114 versus Hero to Zero's 100. I don't know why you thought that Jay McKissick character would be able to run. Seattle's run offense has been inept all season, no matter who they have behind the ball. Eddie Lacy, Thomas Rawls, this J.J. McKissick or whatever his name is, J.D., J.R., whoever. They just hit the offensive line and fall down. Wild Rod, speaking of, owes this game to Devonta Freeman because of Tevin Coleman. The Falcons were all over the goddamn place scoring points. Julio Jones for like 3. Sanu's throwing one. Tevin Coleman's running all over the place. It was hard to stop him. In his first solo appearance as a coach, Wild Rod appeared, said, "You know what? I'm all alone. I'm so lost without you, Purple Drink, that I'm going to show you that I respect our previous union by winning this entire thing and bringing home the belt for Team Ramrod." He even kept that part of his name. You didn't keep Ram in your name. You changed it to Hero to Zero's Salty Stuff. You were part of Team Salt. Sodium salt. High sodium salt. Well, what a pickup Alvin Kamara was. 145 points to Don't Draft Drunk, 105. You certainly fucked up Crazy's prediction on that one, thinking that Amber would beat you, thinking that you'd score sub 100. Everybody keeps discounting the fact that you have Alvin Kamara on your team and he scores goddamn 30 to 40 points constantly. That run offense is ridiculous. Him and Mark Ingram scoring 30, 40, 40, 30, 25, whatever. Amber, you had 2 players blow the fuck up. 1, Case Keenum, go Vikings. And 2, motherfucking Marvin Jones Jr. If you had David Johnson still, if you had maybe a good Danny Woodhead, not the shitty one that we saw, you'd be in contention. You'd be right back in there, champ. But it was the curse of the chicken suit. And you are way in last place. And you are officially going nowhere near that belt. So hug it, kiss it, love it. Don't make love to it. You probably have already done that. Gross. You could always put it on David and see how it might look. Staying in your house. Wouldn't that be neat if it got to stay in your house? The entire fucking league is coming for it except for you and Purple Drink and Willis Dick Fit in your mouth. Those are the only 3 people that do not have a shot at the playoffs. Bad, and you should feel bad. Wear that belt every Sunday and just remember the good times when the champ was the champ and not the chump. Andy, congratulations. Alvin Kamara going off once again. You win big, 145, which normally would be enough for high score of the week, but as we'll see this week, no sir. No sir, not enough. Debits does Denver versus Mr. Stumpy Joe, 167 to 161. Another close game, but way the fuck up there in score. Ryan sits you down a little bit, Stump. He comes up a little bit. It's his first season with 7 wins. So Debits does Denver, Mr. Stumpy Joe, effectively that game, moves you down with the rest of us, and it's one of those complicated situations now. Same with me and David. I knocked him down, I went up. Ryan Davis, congratulations on what could possibly be your first playoff berth. You get to end your season by playing the number 1 team in the league right now. A Town Ho. Yeah, I call you A Town Ho still. Guys, I figured out from talking to Jose that his name is actually A Town Ho. Like Aurora or Arvada or asshole. A Town Ho. So like A Town Ho. He's in first place. I'm going to talk shit about him. You're a town hoe, and you know it. Debits, you end your season by playing a town hoe, and you have to bring it the same way you brought it this week. Because, as we'll see, a town hoe who scored maybe high score of the week this week, I don't know. Debits does Denver. Welcome to a possible playoff berth. And when I say to go to the playoffs, I mean you, Debits, because a town hoe doesn't even have to set a lineup this week if he doesn't want. He gets to party all weekend, and he still gets the number 1 seed and the bye in the playoff spot. Congratulations, Jose. We all fucking respect you, I guess. Speaking of a town hoe, high score of the week! That's right. A town hoe gets his first high score of the week, and I'm under the impression he knows how to edit a video, because I kind of taught him how to edit a video. So, if we don't get a nice video from Jose, I'd be shocked. High score of the week is 178 points to Willis Dick Fit in Your Mouth's 111. So, he plays one of the worst teams in the league. He's one of the best. He wins, seals his playoff berth, seals the number 1 spot and seed, seals his bye, and gets high score of the week. What a better way to end your season. It looks like Jose is chasing that belt. He wants it real bad. And depending on who else gets into the playoffs, who's going to play him in round 2? Who's scared to play Jose in round 2? It's a scary looking team. We don't know. Jose. I don't have to talk much about this matchup. Pretty standard scores from Willis Dick Fit in Your Mouth. Your dick doesn't fit in his mouth because it's too fucking big, and his head gets blown right off of his body, just leaving this lower part with the teeth and the tongue like Britney Spears from South Park. So Willis Dick, you're not done yet. And you still have to fight for the license plate. You don't want it for a second time. Amber doesn't want it at all. Purple Drink doesn't want it at all. Hero to Zero doesn't want it at all because I expect him to be there. Don't Hate Keenan Allen doesn't want it again, but I don't know who's going to go. You can possibly sit dude out and put him up for the license plate against his own wife. Give it a shot. Why the fuck not? But Jose, 178, high score of the week, A-Town Ho. You make the video this week. You get the predictions. You get to sit back and chill and drink some apple whiskey while the rest of us fight for the playoffs, and you just get to laugh. I would come Sunday if I were you, 11 a.m. Come sip on some apple whiskey, watch the rest of us fight, watch Purple Drink get drunk, and just laugh your ass off knowing that you are one step closer to that belt and a little bit of cash money in your pocket. There's a lot of pressure on me this week, because if I knock out Hero to Zero, then a couple of you get to come. But if he wins, I probably also go to the playoffs, and then a couple of you get knocked out. So everybody root for MFC this week to beat Hero to Zero. Buy your t-shirts, buy your hats, MFC, Zeke's new girlfriend, and start your cheering, because if you want to make the playoffs, you want me to win. My name is MFC, and I approve this message.